Am I the asshole for correcting my mother-in-law at a family gathering that she didn't recommend my daughter's name? It was my favorite name. I've been married to my husband for almost 2 years, and our daughter is 11 months old. When we found out we were having a girl, one of the names that was immediately top contender was the name of a character I really like in a very popular book-movie franchise. My husband is a huge fan of the franchise too, and with time that name just became the only one that I wanted, and we landed on it, and then told our parents about it. I remember my mother-in-law questioning whether phonetically there would be an alternative spelling that could cause confusion, and I had said no, it wouldn't, and had explained to her the subtle difference in pronunciation, and it was a whole conversation I'd had with her. Last weekend, we were at my in-law's place for a dinner. My brother-in-law and son-in-law were there too. So we were watching my daughter cruising along the room, using the couches as support, and looking at us to see if we were looking, and then laughing. My brother-in-law's wife had remarked how radiant she looked, and how she'd really taken to her name literally. My son-in-law then said that it was a really good choice by my mother-in-law. I was confused. I asked what she's talking about, and my son-in-law said that my mother-in-law had been the one to recommend the name right. My mother-in-law then said yeah, that she'd said it's a good name. I was literally stunned for a second, and then made it clear that I'd come up with the name, how I'd known of it, and that my husband also knew of that character, and that we were dead set on the name. There were no recommendations to be had. I asked my husband to corroborate the story, which he did, uncomfortably. My mother-in-law said names are a collective family effort, and everyone pitched in, but I still said this name was one that was very dear to me, and it was one I'd come up with. Yeah, I shouldn't have pushed on that a second time. That's why I'm here. When we came home and were in bed, my husband had been getting texts from his mom and sister. He said I was right in my account of what had happened, but he also told me I'd been tactless, that we know it was my name and our daughter has a beautiful name that suits her. Why make it into something that causes bitterness? And today he had a phone call with his mom, just a regular one. I asked if she was still pissed. He said she was. He said that he understood why I did it, but it wasn't the time and place. Was I the asshole? Update. My husband came by this on his Reddit feed FML. He wants to let us all know he never said I was an asshole.